Hello everyone, Niev here, and I have something really cute. It says the Beginner's Tarot. It's the Luna's Bear edition. So it is the Luna's Bear Tarot, but it's the Beginner's edition. It's a very strange wording of this. So I got this for a very specific reason. I got it for my birthday with some birthday money. And it is a mini deck, which I actually didn't realize before I got it in. So it is a mini deck. Let me see my hand here. It is very cold in here. I wanted to film this earlier today, but it was so freezing in here. I've had a space heater going for probably 4 hours just to warm up this room. Here's my hand, and I have very small hands, so they are a mini deck, which I was surprised about. Now, the reason I got this, it is not because it's teddy bears. I could actually care less about the teddy bear part of this. Teddy bears, sure, they're cute, but they're not really my thing. I got this because there is a Japanese on the card, and that is exactly why I got this. The titles are all in English, but the keywords at the top and at the bottom are in Japanese. Now, the ones at the top are the upright keywords, and the ones at the bottom, if you turn them upside down, are the reverse keywords. I'm going to go ahead and go through this and just kind of chit chat. Now, this is not in order. The top two cards here are spreads cards, and they are all in Japanese, which I'm really excited about. And by the way, if you are new to my channel, I've been learning Japanese for about, I would say, like 9 months now, and 9-10 months. And so that's why I'm constantly on the lookout for Japanese tarot and oracle decks. That's really cool that there's no guidebook for this, but it is an RWS clone. But it is nice to have these cards here and be all in Japanese. So, can I read these? No, not really. I can read some of the katakana. Well, I can read all of the katakana and figure out what that says. And I can read hiragana very well. Sorry about the dog. But the kanji is something that's like, I'm still very much a novice at that. Like I said, I've only been learning Japanese for like less than a year. So, so this is out of order, and it is because I have been working with this. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. All right. So, these are the backs. The cardstock is very sturdy, very nice. I actually can't shuffle this because the cardstock is actually so thick and it's a small deck. For a deck this size, I would actually prefer a smaller size, personally. Like a thinner cardstock is what I was trying to say, for a deck this size. That way I could shuffle it. Because initially I was like, oh, I didn't realize this was a mini deck. Well, that should make shuffling easier for me because I have such tiny hands. But because the cardstock is the same as what their full-size cardstock would be, it's actually quite difficult to shuffle for me. Riffling, you can't really riffle, much less bridge. Yes, this is a typical RWS clone. Nothing too terribly exciting there. I certainly think the imagery is very cute. It's, of course. But like I said, my purpose for getting this was not because of the teddy bears, even though they are darling, very cute. It was for the Japanese. So, I couldn't really read what this says here on these things here, but yeah, I mean, I have tools and resources to decipher. Of course, there's Google Lens, but I try not to use that. It does become quite a crutch, of course. So I definitely plan to use this deck as a bit of a study. And just so you're on the lookout, the next 2 videos after that are going to be walkthroughs of 2 other Japanese decks I got, though they might be a little bit more exciting because they are not tarot decks, so they're not RWS clones or anything. They are oracle decks, so look out for that. So I'm actually going to have this video be kind of short. Part of that's because I've had the heater going in this room for hours on end, and it's still kind of cold, and it's not no friend to our electric bill. But also because I'm actually in a lot of pain right now. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer, and I guess it's kind of TMI, but it's because I'm about to start my cycle, and so my body parts of mine start to get sore like a little bit before my period starts. And yeah, I know that's TMI, but whatever. I don't care. We can talk about periods here, right? Yeah, but so because of that, I'm actually in a lot of pain, and there's stuff I got to do, so I can't lay down or anything. But yeah, I'm considering laying down or even taking some pain meds, which I really don't like to do. I avoid that usually at all costs. But yeah, anyway, so a little bit of just chatting here. Hope you don't mind that. I think a lot of it's because there's not a whole lot I can really say about this deck right now, because it is just an RWS clone. So I really like this though. Look at that. The teddy bear's in the heart. You know what that makes me think of? It makes me think of Build-A-Bear, where they put the little heart inside the teddy bear. Well, here the teddy bear is inside the heart. So I guess there is a little bit of a difference there, but but in general, there's not a whole lot to talk about with this deck. It's not like I can really read and interpret the Japanese here. So not quite yet. Like I if I really looked, I bet I could read some of the some of the kanji and stuff, and I'm really trying to focus on that a lot lately. This understanding and being able to read kanji. But yeah, all right. So there's the moon. That's very cute. Look at the bear in the moon. That's really cute. Wow. Even the tower card is so sweet. Like, look how happy they are. That's so silly. I mean, it is a very cute deck. It's just, teddy bears just, they're not super my thing, but I really am looking forward to going through each of the cards and kind of understanding, kind of doing my own little study. But it's dual purpose. It is tarot, but it's also like my Japanese studies. Oh, and I think that means something like to start, because it's hajimari, and something like some sort of starting there. So yeah. So I get, there are things that I'm picking up here with this deck. We're getting near the end, which is good because I'm actually in a lot of pain. Just, like joints and muscle pain. That's a lot of it. And I get that right before things start for me. So so it's not unexpected, but like it definitely makes functioning a little bit more difficult. Just normal activities sometimes. And I think it's just a little especially bad this time. I don't know why, but it is. What's nice though is most of it will go away as soon as it starts. Yeah, and the reason this is out of order is because I've been using this deck. The past few days, it has been my nightly reader, and of course I'm just reading it like an RWS. But like I said, I would like to read this in a way that really goes into the Japanese. Oh, and one thing I wanted to say is, if you're at all interested, I have an Instagram, and it is a bit of a hodgepodge. I mostly post study stuff, like Japanese study stuff, but I do post tarot things there as well, and also cute selfies, things like that. But one of the things I do is read in Japanese on camera, and it's very poorly, I don't read very well. I'm a little choppy in how I read, but one of the things that I've been doing lately is pulling a card from my Zenseki Lenormand. And that, let me zoom out here. And that deck, the entire guidebook is in Japanese, so I've been reading some of that on camera. So I pull a Lenormand card from the Zenseki Lenormand and basically read the little entry in Japanese on my Instagram. So if you're at all interested in that, go check out my Instagram. And I am also planning on doing a similar thing with like this deck and with my the other two Japanese decks that I just got in, that there will be videos for coming up real soon. All right, so that is the Ludabear's edition of the Beginner's Tarot. And it's called the Beginner's Tarot because of the keyword. There's keywords on there. I do wish the titles were in Japanese, though. And this company, and I got it from Luna Factory, by the way, because I don't think I mentioned that. Yeah, so I got this from Luna Factory, and it was their Japanese site, so they have more of the Japanese decks there, and yeah, and that's where I got the 3 decks. So, all right, I'm gonna I'm gonna take a quick screenshot and stuff for the thumbnail and call it a day. All right, thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you next time. Bye.